One of the fundamentals of boat handling is windage and what windage does to your boat. So let's have a look. What we're going to do is we're going to put the boat head to wind and then see what effect the wind has on the boat. So what we've done, the wind's coming from ahead and we've just put the boat head to wind and we've stalled the boat. We're not moving forwards or backwards. Now as you can see, the boat is starting to drift. It's drifting sideways, but also the bow, the front of the boat, is drifting a lot more than the stern and it's twisting the boat around. Now the reason for that is because the back of the boat has a lot more grip in the water than the bow. The reason for that is because you've got a rudder in the water and you've got a keel. Now if we just keep on watching the boat, you'll see that the bow is just continuing to drift off downwind, and all the time the boat is drifting downwind. But she is pivoting, she is spinning, and she's pivoting all the way around. And what should happen is she should lie with the wind coming over the back corner. All boats are slightly different, but generally they'll lie with the wind on the beam or just on the back corner. And the reason for all of this is because a lot of the windage on the boat is forward. You've got the mast, but forwards again, you haven't got much in the water to stop her drifting. But she is slowing now, and you'll see that the wind is now coming onto the back corner of the boat and she's quite happily lying there. Now if we just leave the boat, what she's going to do is just continue drifting in this direction and at this attitude. So what we're going to do is put her into gear and drive off into the marina, and we can see how drift can affect us when we're going into a marina. So I'm just going to turn into the marina, put the helm over, into gear. And as soon as we've got the boat starting to move through the water, the amount of drift will reduce because the boat's not stalled anymore and it's dynamically moving through the water. Now if we slow down as we're going up this marina, what you'll start to see is if we're going up this marina and we're just going straight up, because we've got the wind coming in from the left-hand side, all the time it's going to slowly push us downwind. Now I'm just keeping the boat straight, and what you'll see is two things. One, the wind is coming in from that side, so as we slow down, the boat's attitude is going to twist, but all the time we're just going to get closer and closer and closer to this downwind danger. And it's really important when you're coming into a marina that you think which is the safe side and which is the danger side. The danger side is where the wind or the stream is taking you, and the safe side is where the wind or the stream is coming from. Now if you are coming into a marina, the way to stop you drifting down is to slightly crab along the marina aisle, which means pointing into the wind to counteract the wind's tendency to push you downwind. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to turn into the wind a little bit, and then I can stay relatively slow and controlled. And what I'm actually doing is going straight down this marina aisle, but in fact I'm pointing more into the wind. But what you'll see is that I'm not drifting downwind, and actually I'm not going upwind. The wind is pushing on my bow and the force of the propeller is pushing me along, and we're just quite happily going in a straight line right down the central aisle of the marina. We're now just coming into a little bit more shelter. We're coming into some trees. There isn't so much wind on the boat. I'm now able to straighten up into the marina aisle again and continue going on. So when you're going into a marina, always look to see where the wind's coming from and think about how your boat's going to get affected by it. Some boats have got lots of windage, but if you find out before you go into a marina, find out on your own boat or the boat that you're chartering, you'll know how quickly she'll drift, and that will give you lots of information before you get into a tight area.